10 benefits of the ATG split squat. 1, front ankle mobility. 2, front knee connective tissue development. 3, front quads development, emphasizing the vastus medialis. 4, front adductor inner thigh development. 5, front glute development. 6, rear hip flexor flexibility. And 7, rear hip flexor strength. 8, jump plateau busting. This is one of the reasons I found out I could dunk a basketball. 9, also opens you up for speed plateau busting. And 10, it takes guts to go in the gym, master something like this in the Zero program. This is the first target. Heel can be lifted, makes it more of a knee exercise with some of the hip benefits. And once we've got both those sides pain-free, then we add in a slant board, at which point we do want to start working that ankle mobility with the split squat. All right, I'm gonna try to break down my up-to-date advice. A stairwell is almost a perfect regression system. If you spend a lot of times in gyms though, you know how frustrating it is. This is my prototype to make that concept. Measures 2 to 24 inches. Depending on when you watch this video, it's for sale. My opening advice is to get the ability that you're comfortable, pain-free, to have the front hamstring covering the calf without leaning forward or using assistance, and without the back knee touching the floor. So someone healthy might already have that. But for me, I had to assist myself. I was in a CrossFit gym and I had to use like stacking things that they lift the weights off of, like to put my hands and put my foot. And the whole idea was to get motion going through full range. So full range of motion is something that got a bad rep, but up-to-date research shows that deep knee bending actually makes your knees more protected, helps protect the lower body, and leads to less long-term breakdown of what's inside your knees. In fact, it can even grow and strengthen structures inside the knees. You have anabolic, like muscle building, you have anabolic properties even in your joints, but it takes longer to build and it's not as visible and large of a process. So with the knee, getting that motion and compression helps you rebuild. A lot of people don't like deep squats, and it's understandable. When I started ATG split squats, I hated deep squats. So I'm all about being able to deep squat, but even I hated deep squats. I understand it. Regress that one side at a time, gradually build before you know it. Then a real full deep squat feels better than it used to. The combination of building the ankles and the knees. So in Zero, while we're allowing you to lift your heel and stuff like that, we've always used exercises to stretch and strengthen the ankle, including actually working calf raises from this position. This may seem scary, but this is one reason basketball is so much easier for me now. You can start this on 2 legs. You can bend the knee only as far as feels good. The whole idea is to be strong from your ankle mobility. So we're doing that. So you could say that goals of Zero would be, boom, pain-free, effortless knee over toe calf raises, and the ability to drop into that split squat like I showed you, pain-free either side. You're getting some benefits through the hips. At that point, now you can put them together. Like if you can do the ATG split squat with heel up well on each side, then you can start to deep squat and have it feel pretty good. Slant board simply allows that to be stable as we load. But even the slant board, you can go from assisted to unassisted to dumbbell loaded to barbell loaded. Now by barbell loaded, it's like too easy to maintain knees above the norm. I think it's the greatest strength exercise to keep jumping higher because you're making your legs stronger, but in direct proportion, you're making your knees more bulletproof. So the whole idea is it's easy to increase your jump when you have a magic wand that your knees don't hurt to jump. If your knees hurt to jump, you hold yourself back, you don't adapt as much. All right, so we've looked at Zero. Now we've looked as we progress. So now if you are squatting fully on slant board, I think it's probably time then to work on keeping the heel down. So this becomes like a long-term transformation of ankle mobility. You're also gonna notice that the back hip flexors are gonna have to stretch more because you're going deeper. Now with loading, this front glute is gonna develop more. Those front adductors, inner thigh muscles are gonna develop more because you have, boom, that load pulling you in there. It's quite something. So that becomes an incredibly powerful exercise. I think the number one exercise to break through athleticism barriers, the number one exercise to bulletproof the lower body. I think this is a little bit more conducive to loading and making you jump higher. I'd give this the nod slightly for jumping over the split squat, but the whole point is we're working now both of those concurrently. But I've tried it all. I was ordering industrial sized door wedges because if you do want to keep the heel up and get a little bit more knee effect while loading, which is totally valid. Sometimes I mix it up and do that. All right, I want to do my split squats, I want to keep it there, and I want to load. It just makes it a little more stable. So if you want to now load maximum for the knee in a split squat, you can see the range here is like crazy, even more than my heels down. That just makes it stable. I think this is helpful for stably building the knees, but not necessary. Whereas I think this is even more like, and you could even do your squats the whole time like this. Like there's no reason, you don't have to have any equipment. Boom. But even there you see like it becomes a bit more of a balance when you're loading, but I'm not even saying that's not correct. You could absolutely do that. This just keeps me safe in workouts. So I've simplified it down for myself that I need this and I need this to help myself and clients. Keeps it really simple. So I want to kind of give you that up-to-date breakdown. I think every version of this is great. I'm always trying to make simpler. So 0, master the split squat, flat ground, no equipment. I do think there's something special about having to balance it and have that heel up when you're working with body weight. Then I do recommend getting some extra bulletproofing on that full slant board while working for the fullest, essentially hip results, mobility results from the ATG split squat. Working both now. The workout wiped me, so if I had extra notes, I have forgotten them, but just want to leave you with your potential. I mean, what's the point of life? What's the meaning of life? We go through life, you experience different things, different chapters. I'm a parent now, that's a new chapter, but there's no doubt to me that even just physically finding out we could be so much more. I get so much priceless joy. I'm a better dad for my kids because of the things I'm conquering physically. The fact I can go out on the weekend and throw down dunks as a dad, that fires me up. It makes me a better dad, a better husband. Your whole life is balanced. I don't think there's like one secret. Balance it. And when it comes to anything you find that you have the ability to help others, I think you're gonna get so much joy from that. One of the reasons you get joy as a parent is you help someone else, you get that joy. But with this stuff, you can also help those around you. ATG split squat video, boom. Just about anyone who could walk could start mobilizing and building connective tissue. Much love. See you later.